that, I saved my first tree set. Obviously, it looks a lot better now, and it melds nicely, blends nicely with the other terrains that I progressively got better at doing, which is natural um, progression as a new concept of creating graphics is being internalized and defined. I know how to make computer graphics in general, and I know a good bit about creating clean graphics via using programs like Paint.net to utilize all of the features and techniques that are built into that program for generating computer graphics. But I'm not a pro, but I'm pretty good. And I guess I'm a pro in my own right. I'm making a game. I mean, that's significant. So my graphics are technically down to a real game, therefore making my graphics part of a product that would then make them a niche within the gaming industry. I guess my style, my artwork is a professional style. It's just not as good as other professional styles, but it's not as bad as other professional styles either. So I'm holding my own, and I got my own style coming together, my own way of creating scene visuals coming together, and it's highly efficient, and it looks pretty good, and it's going to satisfy that realism that I'm looking for. I got a lot more work done on my terrain as of late, and as you can see, I got my next subsystem all laid out, and I just laid out all my buttons in my panel for accessing these controls. I got to make the little icon indicators for what the resources are, and this is the brush selector, which is standard on most of my panels now, the big normal, medium, and large. This is minus and plus 25% to add resources to the map. And this is obviously what's become normalized as the paint function. That green button indicates activation of the tooltip based on the highlighted item toggle from the panel. So terrain is coming along great. Borders coming along great. I decided to keep the dual borders for when two countries meet up, because I do like the way that it thickens the border appearance for regional bounds or countries' bounds when they're butted up against each other. It was a little bit too faint having the single line concept, which was in theory clean and a clean and achievable way to go about doing that, but this just simply looks better as is. And all I got to do now is fine tune this when the time comes. Right now everything's in functioning order and consistent and stable in application of the map. So that's the primary goal. Fine tuning the visuals is something that's separate. Fine tuning the controls, everything is functionally correct, and I have the controls that I need to be able to accurately place these components to the map. Um, I have an excellent memory, so I don't even need highlight tooltips. I remember everything. I remember where all my files are, where all my namespaces are, where all my references live in my code. So I don't need highlighters. But for releasing a game for somebody that's going to be in the position of they didn't build this, they are going to use it, and for me it's easier to learn because I'm building each subsystem by each subsystem, and I'm able to effectively memorize what every control is because I'm doing them one at a time, and it's a repetitive process and referencing the names and all that crap. So it's easy for me to internalize that, as opposed to being somebody that would be purchasing this game, playing it, and then trying to understand what all this crap is. At a glance, it's a lot in that case. So you got to have clean ways to communicate with the user what controls are, what they do. So this will be, it'll have like a highlight tooltip. It'll have a hover that pops up and tells you what this is. This is for painting geozones and displaying the overlays. So I've almost got that correct. I just don't like the artifacts, I guess. That's not really artifacts. That's I could use a map. I could use a different texture at high zoom, but I don't want to because I think I mean I understand mip mapping, and I do get why it's nice in certain applications, but I'm all about everything should be solid state and efficient and simple and Spartan in the way it's constructed. In other words, you have one zoom level. You set your borders. They don't dynamically adapt to zoom. They just stay the same size. There's no additional thinking or processing for the computer. It just, you draw the borders and that's how they are at every zoom. You draw the geozones, that's how they are at every zoom. So what I'll do is I'll just, I got all these controls worked in already. I can just tweak the scale of the inner hex overlay so that it doesn't create that distorted, or not distorted, but messy transition at higher zoom, where you get pixels trying to compensate for being at an extremely small scale. So I just got to make that gap a little bit wider, and I'll just scale that down by another 0.1 or 2%, and you know, I'll just keep feathering that until I get a consistently acceptable visual at high zoom, and that's how easy that is to do, because I thought ahead and I mapped that control and setting into my code, so I could easily adjust these things when the time comes. So anyway, this is where I'm at now. As you can see, these aren't completely defined borders. I'm just getting a feel for the controls. I am saving the map, so this will become the first scenario map in time, but it's not I'm not getting distracted. I'm painting terrain because I'm developing my terrain models. I'm not going gung-ho. I'm not pushing development to the side and then painting the map just because I can. I'm only painting what terrain I need to paint for now to be able to build a test bed for fine-tuning my models. I have to do this. I have to paint some geozones. I have to see how things are going to look along the way. It's a work in progress, the graphics and fine tuning. But overall, the development is continuous and constant. And I take an occasional break in between writing the code and getting it worked into the engine, because that's far more challenging for me than relaxing by comparison work of graphics engineer. So this is next on the to-dos: resources paintable to the map, natural resources. Obviously, there's a web, a way that resources tie together. You got raw resources that you mine from the earth or refine from the earth, and then they turn into finished products, which are also resources that come from the raw material and are repurposed into finished products that are either sold to consumers or used by militaries and generate other finished products that collectively feed into game functions and economy and all that crap. So that's going to be the fun and interesting part. That's getting closer and closer as I continue to progress. Here's my overall list. And I'm just about done. The editor portion is the list I came up with Copilot months and months ago. I keep it up here and I exit off as I complete the systems that go into the entire game program to create a game. And that's where I'm at now, and that's what I'm doing. And I should have resources in the game mapped to the editor and the ongoing scene map, the first base map I'll have for the game by tomorrow. But check.